for this one. Again, it's going to be a good one. Hindman and Carr Creek, A-team championship game. Carr Creek will be in the blue uniforms, trimmed in white. I'm going to be in the green, trimmed in gold. Again, guys, we thank each and every one of you for tuning in and getting ready to do our invocation. Mr. Dylan Combs. Let's give this one to Dylan.
Waiver 2 minutes as
let's pray together. Heavenly Father, God, we're thankful for this day. Lord, we're thankful for the many blessings you've placed on our school system. And as these two schools compete today and represent their schools, we just pray that you would bless them in a way that only you can. And most importantly today, Lord, we thank you for your son Jesus, who gave his life for us so that we could have an eternal one. Lord, we just give him all the praise and honor and glory that he deserves today. We pray this in Jesus' name.
amen. Good job, Dylan.
And fantastic job there with the pregame festivities, national anthem, and a good prayer by my dear friend Dylan Combs. Guys and gals, boys and girls, let's get this one cranked up. Facebook, you hit that like and share. Let everybody that wasn't able to be here know we've got them on Facebook Live on Hometown Sports Corner. Got Carr Creek's pep section to the left, Hindman's pep section to the right. Carr Creek's starting lineups getting announced. Coach Adam Dials drawing up the final instructions. Hindman awaits their starting lineup just in a moment. And as we get this one back underway again, let me say thank you to everybody that's made this possible, and a big, big thank you to all of you that are tuning in on WKCB 107.1, WKCB.com, and again on the mobile app. James, there's just so many different ways that they can stay informed and tune us in here on the Killer Bee and Hometown Sports.
Facing Dials, number 3, Aiden Cornett, number 41, Hunter Sumner, and number 23, Chase Henderson. Chase had a big game underneath the board last night for the Indians. Hyman's going to start. KJ Melton, Jonah Osley, Cash Williams, Drew Little, and Ethan Mullins, Jamie.
I feel like Henderson could be the most important part of the ball game. I really don't know. They're going to double team Huff. I beg your pardon, Amberg is why I say that, James. Then you look at the players that Carr Creek has around Jaden. I feel like he'll be the guy that might get a split free and get a couple quick buckets here. As we tip this one up, Carr Creek gets us started.
Facing Dials over to Amberg. The officials for today's ball game, Mr. Brian Napier and Ralph Fugit. Thanks for tuning in to the Killer Bee on 107.1. Over to Amberg in near corner. Back out to Cornett. Into Sumner. Sumner threw it out of bounds. Back over to the Yellow Jackets. Hyman's already claimed the first 2 championships of A and B, Jamie.
But it's a mirror of what they play, James. 2-2-1, full court pressure, but look how Hyman breaks it. They pass it up and stay together as Osley gets it across the timeline.
Guarded by Amberg. He kicks it back out to Melton. Melton over to Little. Little wide open for 3. Yes, sir. That's why you want to start a championship ball game.
How can you leave Drew Little that open? He puts Hindman on the boards, 3-0. Ambergy on the other end makes a diaper dandy move. Smooth move right there by Mr. Ambergy. Cuts the lead to 1.
That's as smooth as them silk sheets you sleep on at night, Jamie. Inside out. Ball tipped out of bounds. Going to go back over to Hindman as Melton's going to kick it over. As Drew Little crosses midcourt, guarded by Ambergy. Carr Creek in a man-to-man defense. Ambergy over to Osley, stolen by Sumner. Sumner goes up and gets it, looking to come down. Goes up against Big Williams. Cash Williams don't move a foot. Good defense by Cash. Out to Melton. Melton looking to drive, nowhere. Rebounded by Williams, nothing. Sumner. Yes, sir. Championship basketball, Jamie.
Ambergy from way downtown just misses. Can you believe they pay us to do this? This is crazy, man. Everybody hit that like and share button. We're almost at 100 views, James, in the first 2 minutes of the ball game.
Over to Little, into Williams. Williams kicks it out to Osley. Osley over to Little. And we've got a foul away from it. 3. I haven't seen that call in high school or grade school all year long. And we've seen some teams that they built a campfire in the middle and ain't been called. Cornet, Ambergy, Hendrickson. Out to Cornet. Out to Ambergy, near side. Kicks it back out to Cornet. Hyman's in his 2-3, stolen by Little. Little going 1-on-3, going to be fouled by Cornet. It's going to be Aiden's first.
Right there, man. Carr Creek had a little trouble on the X's and O's down on this end. Hyman shading Ambergy a little bit down there, but they still stood strong on the 2-3 zone. Carr Creek down on the other end. I believe they're going to match them up man-to-man here this trip.
They are into Little, out to Melton. Melton was our player of the game in the C-Team championship. And ball tipped out of bounds from Dials. Going to stay with Hyman. 3:37 to go. 3-2 in favor of Hyman. Melton looking to drive on Cornet. Cornet got away with a foul. He grabbed a hold of a jersey. Foul on Chase Hendrickson.
Jeffrey Hall watching us, James. I got Tammy Gray Sloan watching us from Hazard. Betty Ann Prater Smith says thanks for bringing this one live. There's my friend Corbett Mullen saying thanks again. We're almost at 100 views halfway in the first quarter as Hyman makes the first free throw. Boy, they're going to be big from the charity stripe here today.
Second one on its way, no good. Back court underneath. Sumner comes away with it. Gives it up to Payson Dials. Dials. Carr Creek going left to right on your radio dial. Ambergy to Dials. Goes far side, up to Cornet. Cornet looks to get it in, gets it into Sumner. Sumner goes up with it and good. Nice move by Sumner. Into Osley. Osley up ahead. To Williams, the Cash Williams money. Jaden Ambergy spins, kicks it back out to Payson Dials. Dials to Cornet. Cornet free throw line. No, sir. Left it short. Rebounded by Drew Little of Hyman. Slowing down the pace, letting everybody get in front of him. Looking to come with it. Kicks it out to Melton. Melton near side. Spins toward the middle. Lays it up. Beautiful defense by Chase Henderson. Out to Payson Dials. Payson over to Jaden. Jaden stops. Lays it up and good.
He's going to go full court, 5-5 next trip down for Carr Creek.
Coach Dials comes all the way near midcourt. Him and Coach Riley will share that space all day long near the midcourt mark. Out to Melton, to Big Williams. Cash to Osley. Osley looking to drive, lays it up. Going to be a foul on Sumner. Seeing Osley to the line. First time he's been there this ball game. Free throw, no good. Free throws win championships, Jamie Hughes.
They may very well cost you championships too, depending on whether you make or miss them. Ousley's next one on its way off the mark, but I thought Williams had the rebound, but Sumner comes up with it.
Jaden Ambergy backs it back down, kicks it out to Cornett. Cornett near side in front of Hyman's bench, takes it over to Dials. Dials to Ambergy. Ambergy backs it back up, gives it to Payson Dials. Give it back to him, Jaden from about 30. No, sir, too hard. Rebounded Cash Williams. Out to Melton. Melton looking to go with it. Over to Ousley. Good crowd at the Morton Combs Athletic Complex on a rainy Sunday afternoon. Melton out to Ousley. Over to Little. Kicks it, makes a move, nothing to it. Kicks it back out to Ousley. Little ball fakes Amberg. He loses it. Sumner comes away with it. Here we go, back the other way. Cornett slows it down, gives it to Ambergy. Hyman in a 2-3 matchup zone defense. Ethan Mullins goes far side out with Ambergy. Ambergy nearly loses it. Kicks it back out to Cornett. 52 seconds to go. We're all tied up at sixes. Ambergy, Cornett. Coach Riley and Coach Dials, neither one will be able to speak on a Monday morning. They've yelled so much in the first quarter.
Well, I don't like that call, James. I love both of these teams, their coaches, their fans, but how much better defense could you ask Cash Williams to play than that? He's straight up, and they whistle him for the foul there.
As it's the Knott County A-Team 7th and 8th grade championship. Hyman and Carr Creek tied up at sixes first quarter. In the Sumner. Sumner spins, lays it up. Good defense by Williams. Good rebound, good defense by Hendrickson. Little comes away with it, 28 seconds. Tries to throw it up to Mullins, can't control it. Ball back over to Carr Creek. The feel in this gymnasium is like a 14th region championship ball game, Jamie.
I cannot get over how many people are here too, man. There's one section to our left, makes it look like there's not anybody here. Guys, they're in the other 3/4 of the gym though.
Payson Dials out to Jaden Ambergy, 10 seconds. 8, Jaden looking to make a move, free throw line. Goes all the way in, goes around Williams, lays it up and good.
Parker, the first lead of the ball game for the Indians. They lead it 8-6. Let's break away for a 60-second break. We'll be back with more.
Hey you, it's me, Marcello. Are you looking for a great place to eat lunch or a dinner? Then go right now to Hot Rods. They have delicious pizza, cheese sticks, spaghetti, wings, a salad bar, and more. You can eat in, carry out, or get a delivery from 4 great locations. Hindman, Hazard, Allen, and Betsy Lane. That's a Hot Rods. It's the best place this side of Italy. Mwah!
Nelson Frazier Funeral Home in Hyman, Kentucky, located at 125 Parks Branch Road, behind the Hyman Double Quick, is proud to sponsor tonight's sporting event. The Hyman location was built to address the needs of the Knott County and surrounding areas. Like the Nelson Frazier Martin location, this facility is fully accessible and ready to serve you and your family in your times of need.
And we're back as we're going to kick off second quarter action between Hyman and Carr Creek. Carr Creek leads 8-6. All tied up to about the last few seconds of the first quarter with Jaden Ambergy. Sneaks around Cash Williams with a layup to take the lead 8-6.
James, I could not tell you when's the last time I've seen a grade school game with this many people tuning in on the radio, on Facebook, the apps. Randy Thompson bringing us on about 3 or 4 different avenues. Tuning up with Hometown Sports Corner. It's a winning connection as Drew gets the steal, put it up, won't go. Rebound, Ambergy for Carr Creek.
Jaden cross midcourt. Kicks it back out to Payson Dials. Dials to Cornett. Cornett looking to make a move out to Hendrickson near side for 3. No, sir. 5-foot underneath. Sumner. Oosley loose on the floor. We're going to have a jump ball. And it's going to go with Carr Creek. Next time ball gets loose like that on the floor, I'm hollering fumble. Body's diving on the floor. I like it. And Aiden Corn looking to get it in, gets it in to Dials. Dials for three, top of the key, too hard. Rebounded Drew Little, kicks it out to Oosley. Oosley ahead of everybody, goes, lays it up. Blocked by Amberger. Jaden across the midcourt, guarded by Little. We're going to have a charge on Jaden Amberger.
I don't like that call. I'll just be honest with you. I like my buddy. He's a good referee, but now, grade school game? Oh, I don't know about that, my friend.
I don't know either. It's Jaden's first. Both teams playing hard, going at it, and that's going to be a double dribble by Melton. Both teams going at it. Here we go, Amberger across midcourt. Kicks it over to Aiden Cornett. Cornett going far side to Dials. Dials to Jaden. Jaden double teamed every time he touches the ball. Pacing Dials. Over to Cornett. Hyman in the 2-3 zone defense. Amberger from Malley. No, sir. Left it short. Cornett goes in, rips it out, goes up with it, and he's going to be fouled as Aiden Cornett goes in amongst the big boys and rips it down. Foul on number 34 of Hyman, which is Hayden Johnson. His first, team second. Cornett spins the ball in his hand, lets it fly. No good.
Coach Randall Riley is calm as anybody I've ever seen to be coaching in the championship game. He trusts his kids. You said the other day, you can tell it, man.
Yeah, we talked about it in the interview. Second free throw, left it short, rebounded by Cash Williams. Out to Hayden Johnson, midcourt. Over to Drew Little, back to Johnson. They better not leave him open. Johnson will shoot it just as good as anybody. Williams steps back, lets it fly, no good. Melton goes in, gets his own rebound, and he walks with it. Ball back over to Carr Creek. Randall Riley reminded me of Dirk Cow from Harlan. Don't get up until the fourth quarter.
I don't think he's going to make it that long.
Out to Amberger. Amberger comes near side, free throw line, steps back out, gives it to Cornett. Cornett back to Amberger. Hyman, 2-3. Into Sumner. Sumner out to Dials. Dials should have shot it. Out to Amberger. Inside and lays it up and good. Gives Jaden 8.
James, that's a big move right there, my friend. You can wait till Coach Huff gets him in the locker, in the weight room about 2 years. He's going to be a man in the middle.
Williams spins, lays it up, no good. And tipped out of bounds.
Excellent back tap there. You say, well, he didn't get the steal. No, but he give his teammates time to get back and set up defensively. And they'll back up. But this patented 2-3 zone here.
4-point lead. Dials kicks it near side over to Cornett. Into Jaden Amberger. I'm telling you, folks, this has got a feeling of a 14th region championship match, and these kids eventually will be on the same team in the same county. Amberger, and he walked with it.
Beaver, you had some smoothie silk guards from Emelina. You got 3 kids from Jonesport that can flat out play, my friend. These kids, this program is just going to be unreal. If you beat Knott County, you better beat them now, because big things is about to happen here in this county in a little while.
Yes, sir. Over to Oosley. Oosley out to Melton. Melton guarded by Cornett. Spins. Goes up to back tap by Cornett. Stepped out of bounds. Ball stays with Hyman.
His teammate said, my bad. He knows he made a pass that his teammate wasn't ready for. 2:48 to play. 4-point ball game. Cash Williams in the middle. Cash his money as he makes that one.
Gives Cash 4. Gives Cash 4 on day. Carr Creek caught Hyman asleep and passed ahead of him. That's a foul on Williams.
Aiden Johnson coming up smiling. He says, hey, I'm going to make you make them from the free throw line. I'm not giving you a free throw or a 2-point layup.
Chase going to the free throw line. On its way. No good. Left it too hard. Gets it in. Chase takes his three, bounces, spins it in his hand, lets it fly. Second free throw. Too hard. Rebound. Hayden Johnson Hyman. Runs it across the timeline. Kicks it out to Drew Little. Drew looking, free throw line. Lays it up. Blocked by Chase Henderson. I thought that was all ball, Jamie Hughes.
Well, I'm not so sure he didn't foul him, but they had the ball going the other way before the whistle blows. Now, again, these referees here, I like both of them, but this is a championship game. These kids have played all season for this. Got to be ready for it, fellas. As he makes the free throw, good job for Drew Little. He'll have another one. How about our buddy up there, Coach Moberly? I don't know if that's a milkshake or what he's sipping on up there. He got the best seat in the house, so my friend.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's up there right now. He's brought lunch for the Morton Cones. Second free throw up and good for Drew. Payson Dials out to Ambergy. 2:21 second quarter. Long way from settling this one. Dials to Ambergy. Ambergy goes baseline. Goes around to Williams. And he walked with it. Oh, they're going to say
that's on Cash Williams. That's a quick foul. It's going to be his second foul, James. Probably got to get him out if you're Coach Rallo.
I don't know if you can get him out.
Go straight at him. I'd take it to him with those two fouls, certainly.
Williams out to Ambergy. Ambergy thought about it. Probably should have pulled the trigger. Brings it all the way back near the hash mark. Gets the screen by Sumner. He does let it fly from about 30. Yes, sir.
He shot that from Pine Top, my friend. Over there where my buddy Dale used to work on the mufflers and made it nothing but net.
Hey, I'm telling you, he shot that on the double yellow line. Mullins over to Melton. Melton far side. 1:44 to go, 10-13. Over through Cash Williams, ball and Sumner. Somebody got to go get it as Hamburg gets it free throw line, looking to make a move, and he walked with it.
31 to play. Coach Dials thought he was fouled there. 13-10, going to get Williams out. I think this is a good move right here. Preston Hall, a younger player, but Preston body up with him, and you try to get through the rest of this quarter with it without that foul being picked up.
Kicked it into Hall. Nothing to it. Hall loses it, picked up by Cornet. 1:15 to go. Carr Creek leads. Championship game, 7 and 8. Thanks for tuning in to the Killer Bee on 107.1. Out to Ambergy. Ambergy comes near side. Looking to make a move, kicks it into Payson Dials. And Adam Dials has it set up. Jaden from same spot off the side of the floor. Yes, sir.
He's rocking now, man. He's rocking. When he gets that little pep in his step, he's hard to stop, my friend.
16-10. Jaden Ambergy was 15 first half. Melton takes it inside. Going to be a foul on Cole Watts at Carr Creek.
Here comes the timeout, and as they take the timeout, we'll take it as well back in 60 seconds.
If you have been a victim of a car wreck and you have an insurance policy, call Bates & Sloan at 606-785-5581. Talk with Tim Bates or Seth Sloan. You may be entitled to compensation for your injuries under your policy's UIM, underinsured motorist coverage, or your policy's UM, uninsured motorist coverage. Your insurance company does not have to tell you you're entitled to these benefits. Let the Bates & Sloan team examine your policy and fully inform you of all that you are entitled to. The Hindman Promart Home Center has everything you need to winterize your home when that cold winter weather arrives. When you walk through the doors of the Hindman Promart, you're greeted by an experienced, knowledgeable staff who knows you, knows what you need, and know where it's located in their store. You don't need your GPS to find your way around the Hindman Promart. They're large enough to have what you need, but not so big that they can't offer the service you expect. And Hindman Promart is your headquarters for those energy-efficient, world-famous Anderson windows. The Hindman Promart Home Center, Highway 160 Hindman.
Carr Creek leads 16-10. Jaden Ambergy on back-to-back 3-pointers. KJ Melton going to the free throw line. First one on its way. And good for KJ Melton.
No better way to cut into that lead, my friend, than with that clock stop. 37.2 seconds makes it a two-possession game, down 5. Second free throw for KJ is good.
Big free throws for Hindman as he gets across the face of Niles. Free throw line, threw it off Mullins' leg, out of bounds. Ball gonna stay with Carr Creek, 30 seconds to go.
He anticipated them to clog the paint up, but he could have drove that all the way to the rim. And Coach Niles telling him about it.
Jaden looking to get it in, gets it into Sumner. Sumner kicks it out to Dials. Corner at 24 seconds to go. Ambergy floated from 6, no good. Sumner probably got away with it over the back. Here goes Drew Little of Hyman. Up to Melton. Melton for 3. Yes, sir. Put him back in at 15 to 16. That gives KJ 6 on the day. Dials floater at the buzzer. Lay it up and good. 18 to 15. 18 to 15.
Can you believe this, my friend? Can you believe that? Shot a 3 when his team needed it, hit it nothing but net. Then Mr. Dials said, okay, man, I got time to go the length of the floor, hit a big layup. They say only a 2 a moment ago. And so they'll fix that in the scoreboard there. And again, guys, we're going to step away for a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with more right here with this one.
Hey you, it's me, Marcello. Are you looking for a great place to eat lunch or a dinner? Then go right now to Hot Rods. They have delicious pizza, cheese sticks, spaghetti, wings, a salad bar, and more. You can eat in, carry out, or get a delivery from 4 great locations. Hindman, Hazard, Allen, and Betsy Lane. That's a Hot Rods. It's the best place this side of Italy. Mwah!
If you have been a victim of a car wreck and you have an insurance policy, call Bates & Sloan at 606-785-5581. Talk with Tim Bates or Seth Sloan. You may be entitled to compensation for your injuries under your policy's UIM, underinsured motorist coverage, or your policy's UM, uninsured motorist coverage. Your insurance company does not have to tell you you're entitled to these benefits. Let the Bates & Sloan team examine your policy and fully inform you of all that you are entitled to. The Hindman ProMart Home Center has everything you need to winterize your home when that cold winter weather arrives. When you walk through the doors at the Hindman ProMart, you're greeted by an experienced, knowledgeable staff who knows you, knows what you need, and know where it's located in their store. You don't need your GPS to find your way around the Hindman ProMart. They're large enough to have what you need, but not so big that they can't offer the service you expect. And Hindman ProMart is your headquarters for those energy-efficient, world-famous Anderson windows. The Hindman ProMart Home Center, Highway 160 Hindman, call 606-785-3151.
Nelson Frazier Funeral Home in Hindman, Kentucky, located at 125 Parks Branch Road, behind the Hindman Double Quick, is proud to sponsor tonight's sporting event. The Hindman location was built to address the needs of the Knott County and surrounding areas. Like the Nelson Frazier Martin location, this facility is fully accessible and ready to serve you and your family in your times of need.
Satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
If you're in the market for a new roof, gutters, concrete or masonry work, additions, remodels, flooring, porches or decks, anything in the construction line, we at Sloan Roofing and Construction would love to earn your business. Our work is second to none and satisfaction is guaranteed. Just local guys helping local friends. Give us a call today for your free quote at 606-497-7538. Thanks and God bless.
And welcome back as we get this one back underway here. James, I want to give a big shout out to the cheerleaders, man. They've done a sensational job, and these young ladies put so much hard work into this, and it just adds to the game so much, brother.
Oh, you're right. They do just as much hard work as possible. As we're at halftime, where Carr Creek leads Hindman 18-14, 4:24 to go. As the cheerleaders just did their stance on the court. We'll run over scoring right quick. First for the visiting team, Carr Creek Indians. They're led in scoring by Jaden Amberg, who's got 14. Basin Dials has 2, and Hunter Sumner has 4 to give them their 18. Next for the home team on the scoreboard is the Hindman Yellow Jackets. Their leading scorers are tied. KJ Melton and Drew Little with 5 each. Cash Weaves has got 4 to give them their 14. I don't expect any different in the second half. Jamie running and gunning, and both teams battling on the boards. It's probably all tied up. The rebounding game is for both clubs. So ought to be an interesting second half as the cheerleaders still stunting. Beautiful crowd on hand at the Morton Combs Athletic Complex. Tomorrow night, the Lady Patriots travel to Letcher in a 53rd District matchup, to where the Lady Patriots claimed the first one by the score of 47-44. If they go over and win that one, they still up the number 1 seed going into the 53rd District tournament here in just a few weeks, Jamie.
But you and I had committed Hometown Sports Corner. They've rolled the red rug out for us. They said, hey, what you're doing in Knott County, can you do that in Perry? And both of us at the same time typed the response, yes, we can. So we're headed to the John C. Combs Arena tomorrow night for the Perry County A-Team Championship over there. Yep. Wish I could do Letcher. I'd love to do Letcher, but unfortunately it's playing as we speak. They'll crown the Letcher County grade school champion. But James, we just, as they say, are getting started, my friend.
Yeah, Dylan Combs is going over for WKCB tomorrow night as that sports crew. Dylan's going to go over and call that game. And then Tuesday night, right here in the Morton Combs Athletic Complex, the boys and the girls will pull a doubleheader against Cordia Lions. For the boys and the girls, we'll have that on WKCB Tuesday night doubleheader. As the Hindman Yellow Jackets are coming out of the locker room. So let's step away for one more 60-second break on the Killer Bee, and we come back. We'll have second half action on Championship Sunday. You're listening to the Killer Bee on 107.1.
If you have been a victim of a car wreck and you have an insurance policy, call Bates & Sloan at 606-785-5581. Talk with Tim Bates or Seth Sloan. You may be entitled to compensation for your injuries under your policy's UIM, underinsured motorist coverage, or your policy's UM, uninsured motorist coverage. Your insurance company does not have to tell you you're entitled to these benefits. Let the Bates & Sloan team examine your policy and fully inform you of all that you are entitled to.
Satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
And we're back. It's getting ready to start second half action. Carr Creek leads Hindman 18-14. Up and down pace. I don't expect them to be any difference coming out in the second half, Jamie Hughes.
If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Why would you change anything? Perhaps Hindman might open it up and run just a little bit more here in this second half. But other than that, man, this one may just come down to who makes the most shots.
Absolutely. As we're getting ready in the fourth quarter, it's not like the old Kenny Rogers songs. You ain't got to know when to hold 'em. No win to fold 'em. You got to, last half, you got to lay your cards on the table and see what happens. There is no tomorrow. Championship Sunday. Ousley into Williams. Williams tried to get it in to Mullins. Knocked out of bounds.
Cash got to turn and shoot that hook there, man. He got to put the ball in the basket there.
He's about 4 inches taller than the next player on the court. Gets it into Williams. Williams going to be fouled by Jaden Ambergy. That's going to be Jaden's second.
James Samlin and myself have already hit the share button, and we would ask you to do the same as we get this one back underway here. This will be one of our largest audience on Facebook that we've had this year, certainly for a game of the week. Williams misses that one. He'll have one more, James.
As Cash gets it back for the second one. And you're right, Eric Hall. Hope they all stay together because it'll be a fun time to be a Patriot watching these young men and women play. Mullins out to Little, three, top the key, left it short. Mullins saves it back in to Melton. Williams turns, gets it back. Sumner fights for it, loose on the floor. Mullins into Williams and foul on Sumner.
And how about the presence of mind to Mullins to have that one and pass it over to his teammate. Unselfish play, and Hyman going to get a chance to cut into this lead here. 5:27 to play in the third quarter.
Cash gets it. Dials in his first free throw on its way. Nothing but money. Gives Cash Williams 5. 15 to 18. Cash, second free throw. Isaac bends his knees. Lets it fly. Off the backboard and good. Gives him 6. Carr Creek inbounds it, Payson Dials. Up ahead to Chase Hendrickson. Chase going against Williams, lays it up, no good. Rebounded by Williams. Out to Little. Little up to Melton. Melton's got to shoot that. Mullins free throw line, nope. Ball loose on the floor.
That's on Cash Williams. That's his third. That's a big foul for Hyman, man. 5:03 to play. Do you take him out with 3 or do you leave him out there for a little while?
You got to pull him out until the fourth quarter.
Got the 8th grader Hayden Johnson checking in to take his place here.
Johnson's an offensive threat for Hyman. Chase up ahead to Cornick. Cornick lays it up and good.
Boy, how about that beautiful pass right there from Hendrickson inside to his teammate Cornick, who finishes it, puts Carr Creek back up by 4, 20 to 16.
Over to Melton. KJ looking to make a move, gets it to Little. Little out to Johnson. Johnson over to Melton. Melton for 3. Too hard. Rebounded by Jaden Ambergy. And he double dribbled. Ball back over to Hyman. 16 to 20. 4:32 to go, third quarter. Drew Little with the ball for Hyman. Over to Johnson. Johnson to Melton near corner. Pulls it back out, looking to give it to Ousley. Gives it back to Melton. To Johnson. Johnson for 3. Top of the key. Yes, sir.
Nothing but the bottom of the net for Robin and Michael's baby boy. Carr Creek on the other end. Cornick for 3. In and out. Hayden Johnson with a rebound. He's got the ball. Wanting to get Hyman a run here. 4:05 to play in the third quarter.
As Johnson pulls up 3 again. Too hard. 5 for it underneath. Sumner comes away with it. Up ahead to Cornick. Cornick goes. Lays it up and good.
Can we go ahead right now and give Sumner a jersey for Knott Central? Wow, what a pass that was, man. That was a big boy pass, and give Cornick a good finish on the other end.
19 to 22 in favor of the Indians. Jonah over to KJ. KJ guarded by Aiden Cornick. Up to Little. Hendrickson all over Little. Up to Johnson. Johnson. Melton. Melton from 6. Yes, sir. Dollar in.
Back to a 1-point ball game, 22-21. Turnover, going to give it back to Hyman. Don't look now, but the Jackets have clawed their way back into this one. They got a chance to go ahead here.
21-22. Cole Watts checks in for Aiden Cornick. Hayden Johnson inbounds it to Little. Back to Johnson.
If we get 200 people watching this at the same time, James may break out a backflip. In and out. Man, you guys keep hitting that like and share button. Ambergy with it. Crunch time makes his move down the lane.
Sumner goes, lays it up, and foul. Big boy moves for big boy games, and Sumner took it right in the middle. Free throw on its way for Sumner. No good. Tipped out of bounds. Ball goes over Carr Creek. That's probably over the back. Watts probably got away with over the back right in front of Brian Napier. As Payson Dial's going to inbound it. 24-21, 2:39 to go. Into Watts. Tipped out of bounds. Going to stay with with Carr Creek.
Keep that ball high for him.
Gets it into Sumner. Sumner lays it up. No good. Fight for it underneath. Mullins comes away with it. Gets it out to Oosley. 3-point ball game. Oosley across midcourt. Gives it up to Drew Little. Over to Hayden Johnson. Johnson into Mullins. Mullins turns. Lays it up. No good. Melton gets the ball back. Going to be a foul. Foul on Cole Watts. Cole Watts picks up his second foul. KJ gets his dribble twice, lets it fly. Nothing at the bottom of the net. KJ Melton has 8 points on the afternoon. Brings Hindman within 2. Second free throw up and good.
Coach Rilo's back to half-court zone. Not a bad strategy here. This is working a little better for him, man. Ambergy with it as we speak, though. Left side, he goes to Hendrickson. He'll take a three. Won't go. Rebound. And that's a big foul on Sumner, I'm afraid, James.
Yeah, it's Sumner's third foul. As Dials has got to get him out until the fourth quarter. You got to have Sumner going into the fourth. Gets him out. On the floor for the Hindman Yellow Jackets. KJ Melton, Drew Little, Hayden Johnson, Jonah Oosley, and Ethan Mullins. On the floor for Carr Creek, you got Chase Hendrickson, Aiden Cornett, Payson Dials, Jaden Amberg, and Mr. Cole Watts. Hayden Johnson for 3. Left it short, rebounded by Melton. Melton nearly loses it, gets it back, goes to make a move, lays it up. No good. Rebounded by Mullins. Mullins looking to get it out, gets it out. KJ lets it fly. I believe it slipped out of his hands. Amberg comes down with it. Look to double team. That's going to be a foul on Oosley. Aiden Cornett brings it in. 1:58 to go. 1-point ball game. You know, we had the old Glory Road game 2 weeks ago. Would you not have loved to have been calling that one? Carr Creek and Hindman, Old Middle School Gymnasium, championship ball game.
We just moved to their new location, my friend. Check him out. Down the lane, put it up. Oh, he won't go, but it's foul.
Fouls on number 35 on KJ Melton. Going to be his first, team's first. Team's third. Jaden misses first free throw.
All this by Carr Creek without Tate Craft. Man alive. I talked to him yesterday. He'll hopefully get that hardware off his hand and be ready to play in a couple weeks. Boy, Carr Creek could use him, but right now the Indians leading without him, 25-23.
Over to Johnson, far side. To Little. To Melton. Melton out to Johnson. Johnson out to Uzi. Better be careful on that pass. Nearly stolen away. Into Cash Williams. Out to Johnson. Johnson for 3. No good. Ball loose. Rebounded by. Tipped out of bounds. Saved by Dials of Carr Creek. Out to Cole Watts. Over to Cornett. Right out a minute to go. Third quarter. 23-25. Jaden Amberger for 3. Far side. Left it short. Williams goes up with it. Johnson comes down with it. He's looking out. Run everybody. He goes up, lays it up, no good. Cash Williams gets it back, puts it up, no good. Fight for it. Melton gets it, lays it up, no good. Chase Henderson comes away with it to Carr Creek.
Then we got a whistle whistle afterwards, James. I'm not sure what that is, brother. 44.3 seconds to play.
I'm telling you what, Mr. McMahon of WWE would call that all over the place. Somebody's getting fouled in the middle and only one gets called. Out to Ambergy. 39 seconds to go. Over to Cornett. Cornett double team stolen away by KJ Melton. 23-25 Carr Creek, third quarter. KJ over to Johnson. Johnson for three. Too hard. Out to Ambergy. 22 seconds. Ambergy looking to go down the middle. Does spins. He probably got away with a walk.
What a move by Mr. Ambergy, 27-23. Rilo going to hold it for one shot. Got it in the hands of one of the best point guards in the mountains, Drew Little.
25 seconds, 23-27. Ousley steps back for three. Too hard. Ambergy gets it from 75 feet. In and out. Oh, my goodness.
Went, James Seven. That almost went, brother.
1 quarter to go before we settle it all. Hyman and Carr Creek. Get that like and share button. Thanks for tuning in to the Killer Bee on 107.1. Be back in 60 seconds.
The Hindman ProMart Home Center has everything you need to winterize your home when that cold winter weather arrives. When you walk through the doors at the Hindman ProMart, you're greeted by an experienced, knowledgeable staff who knows you, knows what you need, and know where it's located in their store. You don't need your GPS to find your way around the Hindman ProMart. They're large enough to have what you need, but not so big that they can't offer the service you expect. And Hindman ProMart is your headquarters for those energy-efficient, world-famous Anderson windows. The Hindman ProMart Home Center, Highway 160 Hindman. Call 606-785-3151.
Hey you, it's me, Marcello. Are you looking for a great place to eat lunch or a dinner? Then go right now to Hot Rods. They have delicious pizza, cheese sticks, spaghetti, wings, a salad bar, and more. You can eat in, carry out, or get a delivery from 4 great locations. Hindman, Hazard.
Welcome back as we get this one back underway. Carr Creek with the basketball up 4.
Henderson over to Ambergy, far side, 22-27. I'm sorry, 23-27. Sumner back in, stripped by Little. Up ahead to Hyman. Over to Melton in the far corner. Back out to Ousley. Melton. Melton for three. Yes, sir. Hit the one in area code. He dialed from long distance. 26. 27, Ambergy. Goes far side. Up the middle, gets Williams, lays it up, and good. Nice move by Jake Ambergy. That gives Jake 19 on the day. Over to Johnson, into Williams. Williams spins, lays it up, and good. Cash Williams has got 8 on the day. Ambergy. Over to Cornett. Near side, Cornett backs it back down. Hyman still in this 2-3. Johnson comes out, gets it to Sumner. Sumner out to Cornett. Cornett out to Ambergy. 4:45 to go. Packed gymnasium. That's a Morton Combs. Comes near side, Ambergy looking to drive, goes, lays it up. No good. Melton up across. Little top the key for three. No good. Johnson goes in. That's going to be a foul on Jaden. That's Jaden Ambergy's third.
Coach Dials knows it's fourth quarter, though. He's going to put them in a man-to-man, 29-28, and that goes straight to Cash Williams inside, man.
Can't leave it on the bench. You got to put them in, let them play. Gets it into KJ, stolen away as Jaden was standing on the out-of-bounds line. Ball will stay with Hyman. 28-29, 4:26 goal. Thanks for tuning in to the Killer Bee today. Thanks to Mr. Cody Sparkman back as KJ Melton. No, foul on Cash Williams. Illegal screen. Gives him 4. Chase to Jaden. Over to Chase. Chase Henderson kicks it over to Payson Dials. Dials across midcourt in the corner.
You got to pound this in and go against Cash one-on-one here if you're Carr Creek, right, James?
You got to. Cash has got 4. I don't know if Carr Creek's realized it yet. If you are, you got to go after him. Ambergy over to Dials. Back to Jaden. Jaden for 3. Yes, sir. Carr Creek back up by 4, 32-28 as Jaden hit that from 35 feet. The old AT&T commercial, can you hear me now when he shoots? As KJ drives the middle, foul's going to be on Sumner. That's going to be Hunter Sumner's fourth, Jamie. Big men on both sides getting in foul trouble late in the ball game.
If you're an assistant coach, James, it's your job to let the head coaches know that. And in the back of your mind, you got to wonder, are we playing for overtime? Because if you are, you got to take those guys out with 4 fouls.
KJ's free throw up, no good as coach. Riley takes a full timeout, so will we. You're listening to the Killer Bee on.
If you're in the market for a new roof, gutters, concrete or masonry work, additions, remodels, flooring, porches or decks, anything in the construction line, we at Sloan Roofing and Construction would love to earn your business. Our work is second to none and satisfaction is guaranteed. Just local guys helping local friends. Give us a call today for your free quote at 606-497-7538. Thanks and God bless.
Nelson Frazier Funeral Home in Hindman, Kentucky, located at 125 Parks Branch Road, behind the Hindman Double Quick, is proud to sponsor tonight's sporting event. The Hindman location was built to address the needs of the Knott County and surrounding areas. Like the Nelson Frazier Martin location, this facility is fully accessible and ready to serve you and your family in your times of need.
Lead of the day. Second free throw on its way for KJ up. No good. Left it short. Johnson gets the rebound back. Kicks it over to Little. Little for 3. Yes, sir.
Drew Little dials it in, 32-31. This one still yet anybody's ball game. Little with a steal. Johnson's got it, but he took an extra step. Didn't say Mother May I. Had to go back to Carr Creek.
He got caught in no man's land trying to go over top of Hendrickson. As Carr Creek's going to take a full timeout, and we'll step away and take another 30-second commercial.
Satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
Hey you, it's me, Marcello. Are you looking for a great place to eat lunch or a dinner? Then go right now to Hot Rods. They have delicious pizza, cheese sticks, spaghetti, wings, a salad bar, and more. You can eat in, carry out, or get a delivery from 4 great locations: Hindman, Hazard, Allen, and Betsy Lane. That's a Hot Rods. It's the best place this side of Italy. Mwah!
Creek. Hindman cowboy hats. Cheering their teams on. Carr Creek cheerleaders to their left. Hindman to the right. Jaden Embergy inbounds the ball. Mid-court. 3:23 to go. Cole Watts looking to screen for Embergy. Down in the corner. To corner. To Embergy. Embergy better be careful with the elbows. Come. Back out near mid-court. Pulls up for 3. No good. Rebound's loose. KJ Mountain comes up with it. Little up to Oosley. Oosley makes a move. Tries a reverse. No good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back up. No good. Aiden Cornick comes out of the middle of it. Aiden up across mid-court. And Carr Creek calls a 30-second time. Coach Dials better to move. Seen that steal coming.
Let's keep it right here. Let me say this. My buddy saved possession there. There's no doubt about it. That one was coming. Hindman had it. They were already thinking about what play they were going to run. And Coach Dials said, nope. calls the timeout. That's a veteran coaching move by a younger coach.
Coach Dial seen that one coming along with everybody in the gymnasium except for Aiden Cornett. And Adam screaming a timeout, and Ralph Fugit gives it to him. 31-32. Facing Dials, looking to bring it in for the Carr Creek Indians. Into Cornett. Cornett, far side. Jamie, you just hit 200. Over to Aiden. Over to Jaden. It wouldn't surprise me for Carr Creek to play for one. Down to Payson Dials. Hyman, 2-3 zone. Gives it to Jaden Ambergy near side. Jaden looking to split, spin moves, free throw line. Goes, spins again. Blocked by Johnson. Foul. Foul's on number 34 of Hyman. Ethan Mullins. Or I'm sorry, 54. Free throw for Jaden Amberg. Jaden's got 23. Second free throw up, no good. Rebounded by Mullins. Nearly threw away, guarded by Little. 31-33 out to Ousley. Ousley over to Johnson. Johnson guarded by Cornett. Nowhere to go with it. Into Mullins. Mullins spins, lays it up, left it short. Fight for it. Sumner comes down with it. Sumner across midcourt. Telling him to hold it up, gives it to Ambergy. Ambergy spins. Dials. 1:44 to go, 31-33. Hyman Carr Creek. Payson, Dials, ball loose on the floor. Gives it out to Amberg. Amberg, you looking, crosses over, lays it up. And good. Carr Creek takes a 4-point lead. Little. Out to Ousley. Ousley free throw line goes. Looks, threw it away. Stolen by Sumner. Sumner up ahead to Cornett. Cornett pulls it back out to Dials. 1:13 to go. Jaden Ambergy. Ambergy looking. And we're going to have a foul. Going to send Ambergy to the line.
If I'm Drew, man, I'll be honest with you. I like that foul. And I know you're sending a good free throw shooter to the line, but James, you're down 2 possessions. It's going to be 2 either way. You got to have the basketball, man.
Yeah, Jaden Ambergy's free throw up and good. Ambergy's got 24 on the day. 1 minute to go. Second free throw up and good. Big time players show up in big time moments. Out to Little. Little looking to make a move on Ambergy. Kicks it back out to Johnson. Johnson drives on corner over to Mullins. Picked up by Melton. Melton goes, lays it up. Going to be fouled by Hendrickson.
Now, James, you're probably bringing that full court press, especially on a make, if nothing else, just to try to take the momentum away from Carr Creek.
Melton's free throw on its way. Left it short. Rebounded by Mullins. Kicks it out to Little. Little for 3. Left it hard. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson lays it up. No good. Tipped out of bounds. Ball's got to stay with Hyman. Coach Dials screamed the number one fundamental thing. Box out.
Don't want a foul here, Carr Creek. You're up 4. Even a bucket would be better than the foul and stop the clock.
46 seconds to go. Into Little. Ousley, top of the key for 3. Off to the right side. Mullins gets it back, lays it up, and good. Jaden cross midcourt. 33 seconds. And it's going to be a jump ball. Oh, they're going to Ralph Fugit says a foul. Going to send Jaden Amber. I thought it was a jump ball for sure.
Pressure on this one. I know he's one of the best in the mountains. I've hyped him up for a year, but he got to make this one. Free throw on its way, and it's good.
Jaden got 26 on the night. 35-38. Second one on its way up and good.
I That's an excellent timeout there by Coach Adam Dials. That might be as good as the timeout he took to save possession. 29.3 seconds to play, 39-35. James, let's keep it here and talk about it. What are you going to do, my friend?
If you're Hindman, you got to go quick. As soon as you get it in, you got to go to the goal. It's only a 4-point game. You got to come down. If you don't, you got to foul right away. If you do score, you got to triple team Amberg. You got to put somebody else on the line besides Jaden Amberg.
I agree with that totally. And again, I put it in the hands of my best players in this situation. Dials, Cornett, and Amberg. Free throw wise are the three guys I want taking it. But Hindman got to get the bucket first. So you remind your kids how many timeouts, if you have any, you get it in and you attack the rim. You don't have to have a three with 29 seconds. You want the best first shot.
Coach Rilo still got his team in a huddle as they break the huddle. On the floor for Hindman Yellow Jackets, Hayden Johnson, KJ Melton, Ethan Mullins, Jonah Ousley, Drew Little. Carr Creek's got Jaden Ambergy, Sumner, Dials, Hendrickson, and Cornett. 26 seconds to go. Melton crosses midcourt, looking to give it up to somebody. Nothing to it. Gets it into Mullins. Mullins spins, lays it up. No good. Rebounded by Sumner. Sumner over to Amberg. You got to foul right away.
They're starting to celebrate, but James, there's still yet plenty of time. 10 seconds, 2 possessions. You teach your kids to run from one end to the other in anything under 5 seconds. That's 2 possessions if he makes both of them. And he does. Anyway, he'll have one more.
Carr Creek fans on their feet. Second one up, no good. Mullins, 9 seconds, up to Melton. Melton's got to shoot a 3. Drives, lays it down, stolen away. And that's going to be the ball game as the Carr Creek Indians claim A-team championship over the Hindman Yellow Jackets. 35-40 is the score. We'll be back in 1 minute. It is to the Killer Bee on 107.1.
I'm about ready to say we take the mic down there.
Hey you, it's me, Marcello. Are you looking for a great place to eat lunch or a dinner? Then go right now to Hot Rods. They have delicious pizza, cheese sticks, spaghetti, wings, a salad bar, and more. You can eat in, carry out, or get a delivery from 4 great locations. Hindman, Hazard, Allen, and Betsy Lane. That's a Hot Rods. It's the best place this side of Italy. Mwah!
If you have been a victim of a car wreck and you have an insurance policy, call Bates & Sloan at 606-785-5581. Talk with Tim Bates or Seth Sloan. You may be entitled to compensation for your injuries under your policy's UIM, underinsured motorist coverage, or your policy's UM, uninsured motorist coverage. Your insurance company does not have to tell you you're entitled to these benefits. Let the Bates & Sloan team examine your policy and fully inform you of all that you are entitled to.
For that, you know, it felt good to go in get one in.
But again, as we continue to do this interview here for Hometown Sports Corner, we're going to have you on the WKCB audio here just in a second as well. Right. You've had all of this support behind you from day one, my friend, and I don't know that we took time out to talk about that. Your fans have really, really gotten behind you and the Carr Creek Indians.
Yeah, I mean, we have a pretty good pep section come out today. Some good fans, yeah.
And as you guys get the lead, they really got behind you and stayed behind you the entire basketball game, and that's got to be a pretty good feeling, brother.
Yeah, it's a good feeling to get a win, you know. I'm just glad I got to win my 8th grade year county championship, yeah.
As we said the other night, you're double teamed from the time they throw it up, and they had a good plan tonight. They were doubling you regardless. They were shading off of you from their zones. Nothing come easy, but you still yet had a big ball game.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I get pressure sometimes, you know. It's sometimes an issue. I mean, I did all right with it today, scored some points. We ended up winning the tournament.
You had to have some help, and they played big for you tonight. I know you was almost excited when Sumner picked up that 4th foul as he was. You knew how big he played for you.
Yeah, he always gets the rebounds and, you know, hustles. You know, sometimes he gets in foul trouble. I mean, we need him because he's, you know, he helps us a lot.
But again, county champions, and you enjoy this. Rest a week or so, and then let's look forward to a good summer, man. From an Indian to a true Patriot for the next 4 years. Big things are coming for you, brother.
Thank you.
And again, congratulations. I'm going to have him go down and send me a couple of his players. How about we send Sumner down here to do an interview with him?
I'll go get him.
Okay, he's going to go get him, and I'll keep it right here and talk about it. You give me that headset and go get Sumner. And James, man, again, this one here continues to be a good one. They're recognizing the B-team county champions. They elected to go ahead and play the A-team game before they recognized them. And we're going to get this big man right here on the microphone, and I got to get him geared up here. And I'll tell you something other. He played B-I-G, big for his Indians. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk a little bit about what was going on.
I don't know, really. Just pumped that we had to lead the whole game.
You went to battle, and you did not quit. When you were on the floor, you just didn't let up, and I am really impressed with your game, man. Some of these outlet passes, you got one rebound and threw it almost to the rim from one end to the other, and it was spot on, and I think you come ready to play today, certainly.
Yeah, I did. And thank you, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool, man. Listen, and what was going through your mind, and let's be nice as you can be, when they blowed that 4th whistle on you. Man alive, they were blowing those fouls there.
I didn't think it was a foul, honestly. Someone jumped on my back, and I fell onto him. I didn't think it was on me, really.
But you still yet played well, and you are the county champions. How good does this feel moving forward to your freshman year?
It feels pretty good. We got bragging rights, too, and now we can, I guess, bully them for it.
Then when you guys join up and become Patriots, it's the last time Hindman and Carr Creek rivals each other for you. Now you become teammates. It's going to be an important summer for you guys, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know most of them. I played football with them, so I'm pretty good friends with all of them still.
But for a few minutes of time, we had to put the friendships to the side and play this one, right?
Yeah, no friends this game, just my teammates.
Why don't you go get me Big Hendrickson and send him down here to me, will you? Take that headset off. And, guys, again, these kids are very, very deserving of this one. And we will try to get another one down here and see if he won't come down and talk to me. He'll put the headset on and kind of limping a little bit, brother. You okay?
Yeah, it's all right. It's just a little hurt.
Can we let the kid enjoy a championship at least? Come on. Man, you played well tonight. You had the task of guarding the bigs inside. You had the rebound. Next thing I know, you're diving all over the floor. This meant something to you, didn't it?
Yeah, it meant a lot to win my 8th grade year.
And to beat Hindman in the championship game.
Yeah, and to beat Hindman.
But the cool thing is now you guys trade in your Hindman and Carr Creek jerseys and you become Patriots together. How cool is that going to be?
That's going to be great. We're going to be a good team next year.
Looking forward to playing baseball, football, and basketball up here. What's your plans when you get up here?
I think I'm just going to play baseball right now, maybe basketball. I don't know yet, though. I'm thinking about it.
I got a feeling they're going to get you on the basketball court soon, too. This guy up here in the balcony, James Sandlin, is tickled to death to get you on the baseball field, though. I just want to say again, though, your hard work is noticed. It paid off for you, man. And maybe you didn't score as many, but they scored because you rebound, because you were playing defense, and your team owes you a big one here, man. And kudos to you on a job well done.
Thank you.
And we'll turn this microphone over to Coach Adam Dials or whoever he's going to get me here. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you now. I've interviewed them all. But if you told me I'd have been interviewing Adam Dials when I was coaching him, I said, ain't no way. And I'm mighty proud of this guy. Coach, you done a good job. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Talk about the game plan tonight coming into this one. It seems simple, but it's not. This is a good Hindman team you beat in the championship game.
It is, and I think the first half we went to a little triangle too, and we've never showed them that, and it was pretty effective. Second half, they made some adjustments, so we had to get out of it, and we got lost in transition a few times, but we put it in the hole when we had to.
Your timeout there as you were losing possession was huge, Adam. I feel like that might have been as important a play as we've seen all season. You saved pace and kept your 2-possession lead with that timeout. What'd you tell them there in that huddle?
Well, I seen the double team coming. I know Aiden didn't, and I've seen it before, so I wanted to get that quick timeout. I told him, I think we was up 4. I think I told him twice during 2 timeouts, you have to box out. You got to get this rebound. And we didn't. And then I told him again, and we didn't. And it just come down to making a couple clutch free throws.
As a coach, we always sell team concepts, but you've had the pleasure of coaching one of the best in the mountains. Mr. Amberg has showed it today, man.
Yes. Most people don't know this. I was actually his first ball coach in Pee Wee. Extremely good talent. I'll be happy to hand him off to Knott Central. Coach Huff's getting probably a 1 in every few years type player. Boy can score. He's quick. He can get up and D. He's our team leader.
I have sold him all across the mountains as being one of the top players, but coach, your team defensively, I don't know how if I realized how good you were until we saw you play Beaver. This team that you have is as good a defensive team. I feel like Hindman probably the best offensive team I've seen in a long time, and you guys probably the best defensive team I've seen in a long time.
I agree. I actually told James in the pregame about November. I realized how bad defensively was every single day. Every single day of practice was defense, because we ain't had a blowout all year. If we've won, we've struggled to win. And I know some of them struggle to score at times. Sometimes they find a way to score, but I knew if we was going to be successful this year, it was going to be on the defensive end. So every single day, most of my practices was the defense.
Until you coach, Adam, people don't realize how much you appreciate support and help. And, brother, you've had both of them. The fans have gotten behind you, and to get to do this with your brother and all the other coaches, I know you want to thank them for all they've done.
Yes, all the Carr Creek community. We got a good crowd, cheerleaders, Mr. Creech. He didn't even hesitate as soon as Justin stepped down. I seen him actually at a ball camp at Carr Creek the very next day, and he sealed the deal then.
The deal was sealed before Justin left. Okay, let me say that too. Brother, you've done an excellent job, and they're blessed to have you.
Thank you. I just told my younger boys, next year starts tomorrow. We start the Sportsplex with next year's group. If you watched the game before, you saw they struggled to score in the second half. That can't happen next year if we want to repeat.
He's already thinking about next year.
We're already ready. We're ready.
Thanks for talking to us, brother.
Appreciate it.
And again, as we wrap this one up, James Sandlin, congratulations to Hindman. They won 2 out of 3. It's not a bad day for the Jackets. C-team champions, B-team champions, and they played toe-to-toe with Carr Creek here in the final game.
Number 34, Craig. Number 35, Christian Hall. Number 31, Landon Big D.
Thanks again on Hometown Sports Corner to James Sandlin, my buddy that makes this fun once again for me. Jordan Burton come on and made today possible. This would not have happened without Jordan. I couldn't be here for the first 2 games. Wasn't going to do one of them and not do the other 2. So I said it's 3 or none. And I asked Jordan, would he come help me? And he didn't hesitate. And I appreciate he and Matt Witt for doing that. Guys, we thank all of you for hitting that like and share button. A big thank you to my sponsors. We've had more sponsors for this than we've had for anything we've done. And that's just a contribution and a fact of how much those people believe in our community and our kids. As James said, though, we're going to step away, and we'll be back in about an hour for Sports Talk. We got anything to talk about? Join us at 7 o'clock on WKCB.com, 107.1 FM, and right here, Hometown Sports.